What's up, everybody? I just wanted to make a quick video on my new Toelke Whip 10X longbow. Just got this bow probably about a month ago now. Waited about 9 months for it. Their wait list was originally quoted about a year. They ended up getting it to me in 9 months, which was awesome. I always love it when companies under-promise and over-deliver. The specs on this particular bow, it's 66 inches long, 52 pounds at 29 inches. I draw 29 and a half or so. I went with myrtle veneers and myrtle accents, and I'll take some close-up shots later. Black linen micarta riser. And this is based off their popular whip model, but it has the modified 10X grip on it. It's kind of a Target style grip, sort of similar to a low to medium Jaeger type grip. And that's sort of the main reason I bought the bow, was for the grip. And it's awesome. This grip is so comfortable. I have shot a lot of different custom bows. Some of them include Stalker, Big Stick Archery, Predator, Morrison, that's more metal ILF stuff. But I just really prefer the low to medium Jaeger type grip. I really can't shoot anything else. So that's kind of why I got this bow to begin with. And I just love how they use the black linen micarta and accent all the woods with it. I just think it looks really good. Adds a little bit of mass to the bow. I know a lot of bowyers are using G10 these days, which is a good option too. It's probably the most durable out of all the synthetic materials, but I think the linen micarta is just sort of classy. Like, it kind of goes well together with the wood. I mean, G10's great, but it's super toxic, and it's like a fiberglass material, really bad for when they're producing it and grinding it. Creates a lot of dust and things. And micartas tend to get a little bit grippier when they're wet, so that's another advantage to having the micarta. In terms of the fit and finish of the bow, it's phenomenal. Like I said, I've had a lot of different custom bows. I think this is probably the nicest one I've gotten. And for the price point, I think I paid $1,000. It was $1,000 for this bow, which, some of the higher end bowyers these days, they're charging $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 for their bows. I mean, this thing, the limb alignment is dead on. I already checked that. I've gotten custom bows where the limb alignment is just super far off. Yeah, limb alignment on this thing's dead on. Tiller is dead on. I think a lot of people don't even check that stuff, honestly, when they get bows like these, but you should, because it makes a big difference for forgiveness. I've been shooting for a long time, and so I'm sort of particular at this point. I just know what I like and know what I want in a bow, and I've never owned a Toelke, so that's why I got this one, and it's definitely not going to be my last. Dealing with Dan and Jared over there at Toelke was awesome. If anybody, if you've ever gotten a custom bow from someone, you know that bowyers, especially the busier ones, tend to not answer your emails, tend to not answer your phone calls, sometimes they don't make changes if you call them, and you end up getting a bow that you're not happy with because they didn't ever call you or email you back. I've had problems with certain bowyers, but Dan and Jared were awesome. I didn't really make too many changes throughout the build while I was waiting for it. Like I said, I kind of know what I want, know what I like, but they were super responsive, super organized. It came shipped in a PVC, super well packaged, no problems there. Let's see, what else? I got the Selway quiver on there, the slide-on Longbow quiver. I've tried all the quivers. Selway's, in my opinion, is the best. It's just the most solid. Never had a problem with it. I think it's like pretty low profile. It's the simplest. I think it looks slick. Everything about the Selway quiver I like. I mean, it just matches these types of custom bows really well too, with the rawhide and the nice stitching, and yeah. Also, the slide-ons, they do quiet the bow down a little bit, which is an added bonus. I make my own strings. This is a D97 string. I think it's 18 strand. Got 2 cat whiskers on. I'm kind of in the middle of tuning this bow right now, and I'm shooting a Easton Axis 300 spine, and I cut it down to about 31 inches, and I've got, I believe, about 250 up front. I'm doing the iron wheel collars with the iron wheel access insert, and I'll probably end up shooting like a 175 grain broadhead or so. So 250 up front, 31 inch arrow, 300 spine, and that's spitting them out pretty good. Tiny bit weak. I always like to tune a little bit weak, just because you could always, you know, move string silencers around or add some string silencers if you need to. Other than that, I know it kind of seems like there's a trend these days for people going to metal ILF bows, which I've shot like a ton of metal ILF bows, and they definitely, you know, for the performance, it's a lot of bang for your buck with the metal ILF bows. I mean, they're super tunable, super accurate, but for me, I kind of got away from them just because I missed just having like a wood bow. And you know, it's not like this is a self bow or anything. It's laminated glass, of course, and everybody's got their own sort of definition and benchmark for traditional, but I don't know, like the metal stuff, it just doesn't have that same nostalgic feeling for me. And I know I'm running carbon arrows and all that. Everybody's got their own definition of traditional, but I just really like having a handmade wooden bow. And sure, yeah, like I said, it's got fiberglass, but you know, it just has a feeling to it, especially a one-piece longbow. It's just simple, you know, you don't got all these like metal parts and all these things to adjust. It's just simple. And if it's a high-end bow, especially like this Toelke that's, you know, everything on it super dialed in, like the limb alignment and tiller, like I was saying, it's gonna shoot just as good. And yeah, I just like hunting with a one-piece longbow. I just like the simplicity of it. So I kind of got away from all that metal ILF stuff, and so yeah, this is gonna kind of be my main elk hunting bow. I'll probably hunt mule deer with it. Like I was saying, I've owned a lot of different custom bows, and pretty much I ended up selling all of them except for I have a Omega Longbows Keegan McCabe, which is right here. This one I have been using the past 2 years exclusively, so I was definitely in the market for like a heavier longbow. This one's only 46 pounds, but I killed a nice bull with this bow last fall, and you know, no problems, even just at 46 pounds. And for me, it just comes down to the grip on all these bows. You know, if it's got that Jaeger grip, I'm gonna like it. And you know, there's just not. It kind of seems like more bowyers are doing the Jaeger grip. It sort of seems like there's a bit of a push for that. But that's the kind of the main reason I've sold a lot of my other bows, is because they didn't have this Jaeger type grip. So this is the only bow that's stuck around, and you know, it's nothing fancy. It's Ipe riser. Keegan makes a great bow, super good value too. Just black fiberglass. I just like the utilitarianness of it. But yeah, this is the only other one that's stuck around. And so, until I got this Toelke, and guys, I've been shooting this thing a little bit, and it is so freaking nice and quiet and forgiving, and just like the black linen micarta riser with the accents and the wood grain and the fit and finish, and just Dan and Jared are both such good guys. This thing is just awesome. It's definitely not going to be my last bow from them. They actually have like a Target model. I think it's just called the 10X that I definitely want to get in the future. I mean, they're not cheap bows. You know, $1,000 for a bow is expensive, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not really. I mean, everything about this bow is perfect, dead on. So yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to make this quick video because I know there's a lot of videos out on their whip model, but I don't think there's any videos out on the Whip 10X with this grip. So I just wanted to kind of show it off, talk a little bit about it, and I'll take some close-up shots. Maybe I'll even shoot a little quick video of me shooting it outside. Other than that, I got this like little grip tape deal on the grip right here, that like anti-slip tape. I always like doing that because during the hunting season my hands get really sweaty, and it sort of just lets you know where you are on the grip. One thing I will say about this grip though, so you see, holding it like that, the arrow sits really close to the hand here, and what's been happening, my fletching cuts my finger. So I've been actually wearing a little piece of tape when I shoot this thing. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I've sort of been messing around with the different fletchings. You can see I've done like little parabolic feathers along with the 4-inch shield cut to try to clear my finger better so it wouldn't cut it. But it's just the way they shape the shelf. But you know, if it wasn't for that, like, I love the way the grip's shaped for sure, but I am going to have to figure something out with the fletching cutting my finger, because it's sort of a problem. But still, they nailed this grip. I mean, I don't even care. That's no big deal. I'll figure something else out for that. But yeah, I just love this grip. It's just phenomenal. So anyway, I'll take some close-up shots of it and maybe fling a few arrows, and yeah, cool. It's always kind of hard to get good shots of a bow. They're so long. But there she is. Some of the veneers. Nice myrtle. Did a good job picking out good wood grain pieces, which is appreciated. They actually did this looks like a curly myrtle in the front there on the grip, which looks awesome. Get a picture of the linen tips here, linen micarta. Focus. There it is. Good shot of that 10X grip. Let's fling a few arrows out of it.